Disney, you should have gotten the director of the Zorro movies to direct this movie, not the director of the Pirates of the Caribbean films. Oh well. Heil Silver, away. More like Heil Manure. Ranger, directed by Gore Verbinski. Not Martin Campbell, which is who should have directed this film. Starring Armie Hammer as our title character, the Lone Ranger. Also, his secret identity name is John Reed, and you got Johnny Depp as Tonto, but Tonto is more the star of the movie than Armie Hammer is. That's not good. I mean, the Lone Ranger is supposed to be more of the star. Now, I am a big fan of the old TV show. I got these DVDs at Best Buy, both of them $5 each. This is what I recommend you seeing if you want to see the Lone Ranger. Buy DVDs like this. Don't bother seeing this movie. It's really horse manure is what it is. But anyway, the plot is John Reed is being deputized by his brother, Dan, played by James Badge Dale, and they have to catch this criminal named Butch Cavis who's making trouble for this railroad that's going through the Texas area and is trying to unite the country together, played by William Fichtner. They also have some problems with the Comanche Indians as well, who happen to be Tonto's tribe, and Butch Cavis kills Dan Reed and almost kills John, but Tonto's able to save him, and the horse, Silver, chooses John Reed to be the Lone Ranger, so Tonto has to teach John Reed how to be this iconic character and get justice for the death of his brother. And Tonto has his own reasons for going after Butch Cavis. This movie also has Rebecca Reed as Ruth Wilson, who's the love interest, Dan Reed's wife or widow, since he dies in the film. And she has a son, Brian Prince, who plays Danny. She was pretty good in the movie. The chemistry between Tonto and the Lone Ranger is terrible. There is almost no chemistry at all. There's more friction than chemistry because they hate each other, and the Lone Ranger is such a wuss. He gets in the way every time Tonto wants to kill Butch Cavis. That is stupid. It's stupid for him to not be a gunslinger and be against using guns. That's dumb. I mean, he begins to become a gunslinger later on during the climax of the movie, but it takes him a while to get there, and too long in my opinion. Helena Bonham Carter's in this movie as owner of a whorehouse, and she has this ivory leg with a gun built in. I don't know why she's even in this movie. This is not a Tim Burton film. So why is she in this movie? It's dumb for her to be in this film. This movie is being told from the perspective of old Tonto to this little boy, kind of like the same way Peter Falk told the story of The Princess Bride to Fred Savage's character. And that's pretty good because the boy plays the audience perspective. He tends to ask some of the same questions that the audience is asking, but at other times I felt the movie didn't really need that kind of way of telling the story. And this movie has no respect at all for this character. Making the character a wuss, that's terrible. There's one scene where you're dragging the Lone Ranger through manure. There's another scene where the Lone Ranger and Tonto are buried up to their necks in dirt, being left for dead. Silver comes in to save the day and gets the Lone Ranger out of the dirt, and the Lone Ranger is ready to leave Tonto for dead. You're the Lone Ranger! You're not supposed to do that! Tonto's your best friend! What the hell? Here. But he changes his mind when he realizes how much he needs Tonto in order to catch Butch Cavis. It's so stupid to do it like that. I mean, you make the character really unlikable by doing that. And I did like hearing the theme song through much of this movie, especially the climax. That was very good. And their translation for the phrase Kimosabe, according to Tonto in this film, it means wrong brother. No, according to Wikipedia, Kimosabe means trusty scout or faithful friend. That's what it means. I understand the joke of saying that it means wrong brother, but it's And they should have gotten Adam Beeks to play Tonto. He is actually Native American. Johnny Depp, while he may be part Native American, he doesn't really feel like the part at all. That's just really stupid. I really didn't like this film. I'm giving it a 3 out of 10. Basically, unless you've got a toilet, don't bother. Just buy some old Lone Ranger DVDs. That's what I recommend you doing. So, I really, really hate this movie. I really, really hate this movie. This really was a terrible movie. I really hate this movie. And that's how I feel about the Lone Ranger.